Alright, it's really early in the morning. People that go to work really in the morning are out. I'll be jumping in a canoe today and going up to Bobbies Mountain, the lower half today, this morning. Sun's not up yet. It will be up for about an hour. But as soon as twilight comes, I'm going to jump in my boat. You can't see where I'm pointing, but it's down there anyway. So, I'll see you later. Alright, I made it up the waterway. And gonna head into the forest now. This is the lower half of Bobbies Mountain. Bobbies Mountain's over there. That's where I was. Was it yesterday? No, the day before. And we're off. Alright. Just heading up this little rise. This is where I used to do my, well, that's actually where I found everybody was doing things with me. I had to have feathers, and I traded the knife up here. But anyway, look. Somebody met a demise. Like I said, there's some predator in this forest. Could be a bobcat. Because I don't think a wolf or a fox or a dog or a canine, a coyote could do this. I don't touch things like this. Sacred thing, if you know what I mean. I'll just say this once, you can hear the cars in the background. That's off in the valley. That's everybody going to work, I guess. All right. Nice animal trail going through here. No sense in wasting it. Let's go that way. I would normally do this so I don't make trails out in the forest and then come back and find out and go, oh boy, somebody was walking this way. Because I know it's only just me and the animals. There's a den here. You've probably seen over the years. I like to check it out. If you put a back door on it. Doesn't look like anybody's home. Home for the little people. Huh? Anyway, there. Yeah, it must be a bobcat that's in this forest. Because there's nothing in this forest right now. He might be still here, or he cleared it out already and he's moved on to another part. If you recall years ago, I was looking over here and I found all the white hair was all down in there. And in the left, on the other side of this ridge here, there's like a little waterway type thing, marshy area. And then that's where I found the houses in there from the little people. There's a hole down in the middle of this area down here that I've never actually gone down to and checked it out. Reason is because sometimes I get these feelings that I'm not supposed to be places, not supposed to see things. He's in here somewhere. There's a hole in there. But I don't go there, I go around. Not to bother him. If you remember in not recent videos, in other videos, there's this hole here. And what it is the sentry point. And if you sit in there, you can see the whole valley below me. I'll turn around, hold on. So you're able to see the whole valley. And see if anybody's walking by, and you can hear them and all that. And if anybody were to know you were up here, he has a back door that you can just go over the ridge. So he has a way of sliding through there and or up around, and he can just move away as soon as he knows you're coming. All right, made it to the ridge. Here we go. There's a big open field here. And I think that's where I'll just say it, UFOs land. Up there is Bobbies Mountain and the ruins and the step pyramid type thing. But this is a big old field. And there's all these circle marks in the grass up there that I videotaped a couple years back. Pretty strange. Not getting through there. Yeah, it's up in that field right up there. There's these circle marks. I'm not heading that way. But, yeah, maybe I will. Because that's the lower part of Bobbies Mountain. Bobbies Mountain goes way up there. But anyway, I can go skirt around and then go around this way. Head up through there. Yeah, we'll walk up through here. Gonna get soaked. It's going to be a hot one today. It's a freak couple days of just massive heat. 75 plus, which it's supposed to be in the 50s to 40s. Yeah. I don't see them yet, but they were all these circles all over the place in the grass. Alright, just at this opening, I don't know if you remember, but of course you do, but when I found the white hair, underneath the white hair was this, like, dung type material. Well, guess what I just found? Whole freaking mass of it, right here. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Somebody was sitting here, my big guy. That's what they do, they create openings and they just watch everything. They're all watching, they always know you're coming. But anyway, you can see all the way through here, no problem. There's this bowl. Nothing grows in it. It's another place I think they come down and land. They obviously don't touch the ground here, but it's all cleared. Nothing grows. Except a few little trees now. Alright, we're going to skirt around the edge. That's going to go up through there. I'm not going up Bobbies Mountain today. Camera looks like it's working. Got 2 hours, 17 minutes left of power. Always look up in the trees. Sure nobody's sitting up in there. Anyway, there was a path all the way from that opening in the poos. And now it goes this way, along the side of the Bobbies Mountain. So we're going to head that way, see what we can find. And this is the beginning of what I call the Pyramid Mountain. See, it goes all the way up, and it levels off again. And then it goes up, and it levels off. Goes up, and levels off. If somebody were trying to attack you, they would never make it up this hill, the first hill. They'd be so beat trying to run up that, and the other guys would throw stones at them, whatever you do. And you're not attacking them, that's for sure. Anyway, there's all these worn paths with only can be done by a big-footed person. There's no deer, but the ferns are flattened out. Wow, look at me. Oops, sorry. Moving the thing fast. The sun is coming out. Well, trying to. Down and up. Video 46 happened there. If you remember, there was white hair down here in the valley, and that made me stick a camera up on, I think it's that one, and I caught the beams messing with the camera, and they took out the LED from it. Anyway, that's where it happened. Okay, we're down even lower on the mountain now. Down by the swamp. And the highway is like way over there somewhere. But you can hear it. And this is, to me, ground zero. This is where everything is happening. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but it's happening under here. See, this is also where, if you remember in the video I did, I asked to see some technology, and they gave me, and they're probably still here, they cut these branches with, the only thing I could think of would be a laser type device. Now those look straight, but if you really look at them, and I proved this last year, that it's wavery, the cut. Oh wow. There's that plastic thing where I put wrappers, candy in, and it wasn't here. It was in back of me about 60 feet, maybe 70 or 80 actually. But it's right next to the cut wood. There it is. See how it wavers? Anyway, I asked for them to show me technology, and they showed it to me. But that's really weird. And this hole is actually just right next to where the plastic is. It's right there. And the cut. This is where I had a video out. And I would put bananas out here, and they were peeled. And left right where they were. But this hole is always, I have no idea what that is. Something tells me it's a way of getting into this building that is underneath here. And this is where I found the plastic before. It was over there. And this is where it was. I had dug it into the ground. And it had a lid on it, so you couldn't smell it. So I've had cameras on that and got some nice stuff. Oh, let's see. Oh, left them a treat. Probably can't see it. A nice fresh carrot out of the ground. They'll enjoy that. Okay, up. This is the north-facing wall type thing that I call a wall for down here. Like this was all built as a fortress. Whoa. All right, this is almost straight up. I gotta get up there. This is the other side of the wall, as I call it. I mean, it's just vertical. All the way up goes up, I guess, what, 100 yards? I mean, 100 feet, 200 feet. Now, my call is that the water, that's a waterway that comes through the valleys and the mountains. Sometime that was probably flooding every once in a while, and or massive floods, and this protected them from the water. But this is all built up. I mean, if you look at this thing. See? And all the people live down behind this wall and in this valley. And then it goes step pyramid up to Bobbies Mountain. Up that way. And this thing must be, it's like a Mayan pyramid. But it comes out to this peak. Again, that's the valley that they all lived behind, this massive wall. That's just theory, though. Not going to get that way. Oops, no. Alright, I'll set you up here with what's happening. Not that anything's happening, but... Alright. When we first started off coming out here, we were over there, and that's where the white hair piles were. And in between here is like a marshy area that goes from one end of this land to the other part of it. And in here, I never went in here because I felt like I shouldn't. And along the marshy area, there were these houses, stick houses that were built. And there was a really nice one at the end that was up on, risen above the other ones. And figured that was probably the guy who ran the show. And the other guys were all the family or whatever it was. And then when I came back to film the thing, all the branches were scattered all through the forest right there. It was pretty obvious that somebody had just dismantled all these things, but they've never come back there again. Alright, here's the continuation of this wall, rampart, whatever you want to call it. Goes up to the peak there. And this is where I heard a woman's voice answer me back. And many things have happened there. I would leave things and they would leave things. And a deer walked up the side of the cliff there, walked right up to me and came right over the edge and saw me and took off, went running away. But everybody wants to be up there. And then one year, well, after I was having a great time up there and I figured I was going to make this mine, this is my place, then they took, I say they, but by now you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, there were these big trees crossed at the very top, right where you would want to sit. And they just, I couldn't move them, but they just appeared one day. Just a second ago, I scared away a grouse that every time I come out here in this one certain spot, and it's out of the way of where I'm walking, and I happen to just always like go off to the left or something, and there's a grouse there. Look how protected you would be being here. Imagine houses here, families living here, protected by all these. It's like a little horseshoe. Alright, this is the peak. All right, now you're gonna, if you know anything about this place, yeah, you can hear the cars. But if you know anything about this place I was just talking about, where they put these big trees down, man, I could pull out any video and show you that. Where did the trees go? Oh my gosh. The trees are gone. I had cut into it, if you remember, I put like 4 notches, and I used to put things on them like crystals and things like that. And wow, the trees are gone. There's your reality. They can change reality here. That has to be one of the freakiest things I've seen in a little while. But I'll tell you this, I've experienced that before, that what they'll do if they don't want you to sit somewhere is they'll bring, or however they do it, they'll make trees be in your sitting space. And now, I haven't been up in 2 years, and the logs that were there are totally gone. Like when I found it years ago, and then I'd sit there, and then next thing I know, there was all these trees down, piled there. And again, they're not there. So the guys are back, and they're hanging out at that spot. Of course, what will be freaky is if, for, you know, just to prove it, if next time I come back, there's going to be big trees across it. Here is where there's an entrance that goes up underneath this thing. And this is where I always have them squawking at me and doing things, is right at this corner. And I heard them come out of the water and jump up a 15-foot bank somehow out of the water. And then they were like squawking at me. And then other times I've come by, they just talk to me. But they obviously want to go back into the water and go somewhere underneath. And then on top of that, I came across, I don't know if I've told people this too much, but anyway, out in the middle of this area, there's waterways that go all around through there. In one spot out there, there's on the bank, and you can't get up in there because it's all shrubbery. I could hack my way in there, but anyway, I can hear water going underneath the water level, and you can hear it draining into under the water, which tells me that there is some kind of cavern there underneath the water or something. But it all seems to have to do with these beings that are here. Your guess is as good as mine. All right, the most exciting part of this whole journey was the fact that the trees were not there on the peak. And that's where I heard the woman's voice. And then after that, I thought I'd go up there and hang out. And then right after that, there was 3 huge trees right there. And they're not there now. But we're almost out of here. See the water. Boats on the other side of this ridge somewhere. And we're heading out. Look at that old guy. Wow. mushroom of the century. Alright, here we are. This is where we started off. There's the boat. And we went up there, went all the way out a few miles that way. And then came around and circled around. And then came back here. Good 6 hours. Quite the hike. And like I said, that was the biggest thing that happened, was seeing those trees not there. That's just so bizarre.